Bonjour, bonjour, c'est Aegon. Bienvenue dans ce nouvel épisode de dose 2, l'esprit numéro 2, que je fais juste pour voir la différence pour le dernier le chapitre qui a été modifié par rapport à la version classique. Alors, on était là la dernière fois. Donc, quand on va la ouvrir, il y a quelqu'un qui va s'échapper. Il va avoir normalement deux bestioles là, plus la personne qui parle ici. On va voir si j'arrive à gérer. Bien entendu. Attends, bouge pas, Ça, c'était quoi ça? Ah oui, c'était le point de source qu'il me fallait. Non, faut tout. La tête, 3. Ah oui, il faut 3. Merde. Il faut 2 PA et 3 machins en fait. Un arc et. On va re-sauvegarder là. Pour éviter de refaire ça. Elle est là. Ah merde, elle a... Ah non, c'est parce que je dis, elle est là-haut. Je me disais qu'est-ce que ça foutait en bas. Donc elle, il faut vite la tuer. Malheureusement, pour pas que les bestioles nous tombent sur la gueule.
Fane raises his head and responds in the same jolting, clicking tone. He seems to be pleading with the creature, his hands outstretched. The creature looks down at him and shrieks in rage. Her gestures are quick, strong and violent.
Ah, je me suis pas transformé en lézard.
Devastated your friend. The verbal barrage continues, but something changes within Fane. He looks up and golden light pours from his skull. When he speaks next, you understand every word, but you're not...
Aetera. I had hoped to see you turn to dust in this tomb, alone, forgotten, with only your secrets for comfort.
Lady Amadia? You possess him? Have you fallen so far that you seek shelter within that?
In that?
Silence! It is your king who...
Silence.
I flung him into the void along with every last eternal. And the power you cowards refuse to pursue has made me a god.
You threw them to the void?
You could have joined us. You could have saved yourselves. If only you had bowed, you could have made fine subjects.
Excellent sujet, ça. En train de s'insulter.
And yet here you stand, small, weak, decaying. I will not even need the Aeteran to grind you into the dust.
Elle est jolie, hein.
Where is it?
Ha! Of course you never found it. You always lacked imagination, Lady Amadia. It was hidden in these very caves, beyond your wit. Although I can feel its distance, it is in the hands of another now. Perhaps they will use it to purge the 7 traitors of all divinity. As I have. Does your vessel even know what you did? The war you started, the greed and avarice that saw you betray the Eternals? I have spent too long alone, and now loneliness is the most I can look forward to. Thanks to you, Fane. First, I will break your body. Then I will find my creation and cast your cursed gods into the same pit they threw our people.
The glow fades, and Fane seems to return to himself.
Bienveillance
He
et
stands
fan,
silently,
39.
exhausted by everything that's happened. The creature looks down from its perch, trembling. It crawled out of that sarcophagus as if it had forgotten how to move its limbs. It turns to you, and you see its face is covered by an intricate mask. From behind its unmoving lips, you hear a noise. It starts as a groaning, croaking chatter, but slowly becomes more distinct. It's speaking.
Mais Saravel te de l'arentou, Chamery?
Qu'elle ferait mieux de se taire si elle qui en disant silence. Barbare.
The stream of noise cuts off abruptly. After a moment, you hear a jolting, lurching voice.
It wears the face of Duna, but speaks the tongue of beasts. How cruel. I suspected the Seven Lords won the war after they locked me here, but seeing their faces on dumb creatures, a depressing confirmation. What is this senseless braying? I speak of no beast king. I speak only of the king, the eternal king of creation, the king against whom the Seven Lords rebelled.
C'est pas le même dialogue que l'épisode précédent, par contre.
Deep within your soul, you feel your god stirring at the sound of the voice. You can feel its anger and fear swelling inside you. The creature leans forward to get a better look at you, clucking and tutting under her breath.
It seems to be a simple form at its core, a sauce vat. A walking, unfortunately talking, sauce vat. Fat, I wonder how to extract the sauce from the vessel without...
She pulls back suddenly, recoiling in horror.
It is rotting. Almost imperceptibly, but it decays before my eyes. It must have no more than a century left.
The god within you reacts, his emotions a cocktail of fury and fear. You hear his voice, demanding that you give him control, demanding your body
Par
obey
bouche,
his will.
il a été enragé. Oh non.
An Eternal does not answer questions from whatever creatures happen to lumber into view. Especially when there is so much to be learned about their source.
On apprend autant à son sujet en expliquant seulement sa source.
What happens to it, I wonder? Does it lie in whatever ditch it falls in, as its body decays? Or... Ah, no, of course. It is harvested.
The god thrashes against your control. You can feel it hissing that this creature is dangerous, that it cannot be trusted.
To have had the technology of the Eternals and made this. How crude. Although effective in its own way.
Qu'est-ce qu'il est allé dire par efficace?
Poor creature. Created for a sole purpose, and yet so ignorant of its function. It is a tool to collect source until it is ready to be collected. Most likely by its creator. And given that face, I can well imagine who your creator may be. What a lazy way to feed one's power. And one's ego.
Tout en demandant comment elle sait tout ça.
You start to speak, but it's too late. Duna breaks free, and the voice that emerges from your mouth is not quite your own.
A terror, you worm. Eternity locked away was too good for you. I should have seen you ground to dust and fed to the wind. Your heresies deserve nothing less.
The figure recoils, as if struck.
Duna! What happened to you? Did you truly fall so far?
Silence! It is your king that has fallen. He and all the other eternal cowards were flung into the void, and the power you were too scared to hunt has made me a god.
And yet here you stand, small, weak, decaying. I will not even need the Aeteran to grind you into the dust.
You feel your god freeze at the mention of this Aeteran, a cold terror settling in your chest.
The beast's unruly passenger did not deign to tell it. He did not want his host to know I crafted a weapon that would leave him an Eternal once more.
You feel your god thrashing against your control.
Where?
You croak in a voice not quite your own.
Ha! Of course you never found it. You always lacked imagination, Lord Duna. I hid it in these very caves, although I can feel
Je sais qu'elle est
its
partie.
Someone
Je
has
reviens.
uncovered it.
J'avais pas tous ces dialogues hier.
Perhaps they intend to flay the godliness from you. No matter. Given your pathetic state, it is mine to collect at my leisure. As for you, you monstrosity, you were designed to be defective. You were built to die. And I
Ah, flûte. Bien sûr. Ah oui, super, 50 coups, j'aurais dû tous les mettre derrière en fait. Ça y est, c'est bon. Alors à moi. Est-ce que... Ah oui. Ah oui. Tac, 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 tac. Attends. Ah, je peux pas là. Non? Bon, finalement, ça va être pas super dur le truc finalement. Attends, c'est à qui? Ah, finalement j'ai réussi, mais pas eux. Je peux pas le soigner. Ah putain. Je vais crever. Non, c'est pas là que je voulais aller. Putain. Attends, j'avais pas un truc de soin, moi. Eh ben...
The air suddenly feels thick, like it's grown musty after concealing a lie for so long.
Pick at one lie before you know it, you'll find 6 more. I expect to have some questions for the gods if they ever emerge from whatever hole they've ducked into.
Speak.
Hmm.
You have an ever so curious definition of happiness. I've picked up the scent I searched for. Such a happening comes coupled with very different emotions indeed. The cat, when it's about to pounce, isn't happy. It simply is. I was given my needle by the master. Guess I'm just sentimental like that. Fine, if it means that much to you.
She draws her needle and holds it up between thumb and index finger.
Go on. ever so gently touch the tip.
Barely have you touched the needle's pinpoint surface when a thick droplet of blood wells up from your fingertip.
Sharp little minx, isn't she? Sabine, this needle was forged in an altogether different world. It wasn't wrought upon a crude anvil hammered into shape with rough blows. No, it was cast with demon precision. It is absolutely priceless, and it's yours. The Master's own words. And he was right. As an instrument of assassination, it's absolutely priceless. But one day soon, he'll find out just how much he overspent on his gifts for little old me. Just why this needle is a girl's best friend. One might say I'm a bit of a sucker for poetic justice. Ha! A tale of cloaks and daggers and daredevilry. You up for it? Wonderful.
She bows with thespian flair.
Imagine a black room. It's been your room for years. You know it by touch more than sight, for it's always dark. And when I say always dark, I mean always dark. You're either in the room or in the box, for it's in the box that you travel. You're only let out at night, because you only hunt in the night, with the Master's voice in your ears urging you on. And after it's done, you lie down in the box once more, with wet hands and mad red thoughts. Sometimes it's best to let sleeping questions lie. The thing is, the box didn't break me, though I confess it taught me to hate. One night, I killed a scholar. With my needle through his fragile old skull, he fell headfirst upon his writing desk, blood mingling with spilt ink. It's when I saw the ink that timid thoughts of rebellion first bloomed. Back in my dark room, I dipped my needle that killed the scholar in his own ink, and engraved his name in my skin. I'd remember him. I'd honor him with vengeance. His name was the first, but many, of course.
She bares her left arm and shows you the name. You softly run your finger across it.
Mindarin. He was Turashar, a keeper of stories. I'm sure he was loved by many. People like him, the beloved dead, they kept me going. Then, one day, it happened. A gush of wind, a sliver of light. Light! I hardly knew it for what it was. A simple oversight that comes with habit. A door, left slightly ajar. That was all I needed to feel a rush of blood, a thirst for liberation like never before. I tore at the shackles that kept me chained to the floor, iron thick as a smith's wrists. Of course they wouldn't budge, they never did before. But now that I saw the light, something welled up inside me, a raw and undeniable burst of power. The shackles broke, and next thing I knew, I was free. I stood alone outside the ruins of a fortress, snow-capped peaks all around me. But the sun, oh, the sun. I had risen as if from the grave, and she kissed me back to life. Why, I traveled back to civilization and had myself a long, luxurious bath. We have to find the masters of the source, don't we? As such, my first priority remains to find Roost. He is the pawn that will eventually...
Ok. Donc, est-ce que j'avais d'autres choses à fouiller? Non. Source. Ah, si, la source. Non. On va se mettre là pour prendre de la source. Non. Ah bah si. Je disais, mince.
Just when I think this land holds no more surprises, I find myself in some place even more dismal than the last. Still, at least this is an interesting variation on dismal.
Truc est fait maintenant.
The only treasure worth digging for. Knowledge. I was investigating a site where several artifacts of my people have been found. Some were even intact. Alas, I was not the only one there. Those red-robed idiots were scurrying about too, trampling precious clues under their ignorant boots. They caught me when I failed to correctly respond to their questions, and dragged me here.
Attends une minute, je vais te regarder. Il me semble que j'ai récupéré des trucs tout à l'heure, non? Ah oui, c'était ça. Et l'arc.
Still, it's good to be on the move again.
Là, c'était lui demander comment il a répondu à l'arc.
They simply asked me what I was doing there, and I simply told them to be gone from my lands. I may have used the phrase pathetic mortals. Come to think of it, I may have used it several times. I could be worse. I mean, I could have spent several millennia in the clutches of the void, so... The Eternals. They're not gone. Or, they are. But they're not dead. They're in the void. The Seven threw them to the void. They damned them to that. To an eternity of torment. And they did it in my name. They did it because of me. Aren't I? If you open the gate and let a mad dog loose, are you not responsible if it savages a child?
Oui.
I gave them my research on the Veil. I gave them a prize to snatch from the king. Worse, I gave them a weapon to use against their own people. The source of the Veil would have made them unimaginably powerful, and their theft left enough of a crack for the void to pour in. Every wickedness visited on my people. Every evil that stalks this land.
C'est ce qu'il compte faire maintenant.
It was my fault. That is a surprising spurt of logic from one of your kind. I cannot sit here and just wish for death. I must carry on. For my people. My loved ones may be gone. The Seven may be corrupt, but I remain. The last true Eternal must survive. And perhaps, just perhaps, I can find...
Fane grips you by the arm, his hands strong.
Come, Godwoken. There is work to be done. Still, at least this is an interesting variation on dismal. I always thought my path was laid out. Become divine. Preserve what's left of your people. It was such an easy narrative. But what if you could do more? What if you could save them all? And worse, what if you had all that power, but they were not worth saving? I don't know. Tell me, what would you do?
Fane nods slowly, lost in thought.
You're not entirely wrong. Then again... Thank you. I will have to think on this.
D'accord.
It has been unlike anything I ever imagined. To explore this world with you, to see this world through your eyes, even metaphorically. Well, it has been a privilege. Well, of course it is. It was crafted with care. 100% ethically harvested from mortals, too. The quality is second to none. Oh, you simply wait until the creature is dead, preferably of natural causes. Although that does limit your choices somewhat. You may end up with quite a few sagging faces. I will never understand why you have so readily accepted aging or digestion. They are-
Bonjour Zhang-Su 17.
Do what you want. What does it matter? My people are gone. Worse
Ah
than
ben,
gone.
peut-être tu peux les faire revenir, on
It's
sait
all
jamais.
pointless.
Ok, donc j'ai discuté avec quel j'ai fait, avec les 3 j'ai fait. Ok. Est-ce que là, j'ai rien loupé? Bon, il n'y a rien qui se révèle, on en parle là. Non. Je sais pas qu'il n'y a pas de trésor sur le côté en fait, parce que je suis pas venu par là, on sait jamais. Non. C'est fait. Ah, toi non, c'est pas fait. Par contre, je l'ai pas looté elle. Terra éternelle. Une rune de givre. Éclat. Deux châtiments, un truc recommandement. Ah bah je peux le mettre. Donc, en marchandise. Donc ça c'est une baguette de feu. Deux d'intelligence. Une arme. Surface, crée une surface. 35 d'air. Changer un petit peu à la rigueur. Pourquoi tu... Ah, d'accord. Pourquoi j'ai plus de bottes, moi? Attends. Pourquoi je peux pas? Trompe la mort. Je sais pas. Est-ce que je la vends? Ça trompe la mort, j'en sais rien. c'est le fauve. Peut-être le garder ça. Ça peut être utile si je change d'avis. Ça à vendre. Ah oui, il faut le niveau de force. Ah, mais quel con. Faut que je fasse le truc dans tout ce merdier là. Bon, bah normalement, je pense que ça va rien oublier. J'espère. J'ai acheté fouille. Oui, attends. Lui, moi c'est vrai qu'il a peu de chaussures. Qu'est-ce que j'ai foutu avec ces chaussures? Mais vu que j'ai pas... J'ai perdu ses pompes. Il est pieds nus. Ouais. Donc ça c'est fait. Là aussi j'avais fait.
The statue looms in as the tears dampen.
Voilà.
Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
Bon, faut que je lui achète des bottes maintenant. Je sais pas pourquoi je les ai vendus moi d'ailleurs. 10,60. Pyro, aéro, intelligence, décharge électrique. Oui, il y a son bouclier, il faut que je lui mette à lui. Il est pas mal celui-là quand même. Hein. Force à une main, métamorphose. Lui, il a toujours pas éclu là, l'œuf de phénix. Ça, je peux pas le porter.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not
Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as you don't do too much.
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such filth?
The kind that don't fancy starving.
Attends, c'est l'âme.
It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking, dwarf, and you'll end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
Épée à deux mains 48-52. Vol de vie.
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't do too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't do too much.
Lui c'est des baguettes.
You're safe among friends. Never forget. How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Un arc.
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't do too much.
Ah oui, c'est aéroturge qui me
You're
manque.
safe among friends. Never forget. How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Ça. Je peux lui mettre une rune.
Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
Une grenade d'amour.
Visit your ton. Who will?
La grenade divine apporte des soins importants à toutes les cibles de 24 mètres. Ça peut.
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't
Pourquoi pas?
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Ça fera un meilleur casque, un 39-25. Et je perds un géo, c'est pas grave. Et 2 en nécro par contre. Ça se transforme en humain. Est-ce que je m'en sers vraiment en fait? C'est vrai qu'on peut toujours le garder au cas où, mais... Attends, il y a un truc que j'ai pas... que j'ai pas découvert, non? Faut que j'aille voir l'autre avec ça.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Il y a tout que j'avais pas découvert. On va sauvegarder là. Donc on va aller voir. Machin. Non. Attends. Trois fois fermé, ouais. Attends, merde, c'est où déjà? Ici, ouais.
The masked creature grunts 3 times at the sight of you. It reaches its arm out. Clasped in its hand is a...
Il est où Riker? Riker? Ça va être un masqué. Peut-être préparer la chambre souterraine en prévision de votre arrivée. Sandré se trouve à portée de chuchotement. Ah bah, quel con. Ah.
I've spot. The air buzzes with sauce here.
There you are, Godwoken. I'm eager to hear your good news. How marvelous.
Riker's lips tremble impatiently as his eyes dart to your pack.
Show it to me.
Ah, ça n'a pas dû marcher.
He considers you for a moment.
Very well. You are a fellow wolf, after all.
Riker closes his eyes and spreads his arms, then begins to recite a vivid incantation.
I call the souls of the dead. Your remains, the Stone Garden's eternal burden.
Sinon, le doit mener à son terme pour que puisse...
Surrender your sauce to the vessel before me.
Riker ignores you and continues his call. His voice grows even louder until his words echo from every crevice in the chamber.
Swan and rinse, Crossley and...
Your body convulses with Ralik's displeasure. Your head pounds, your bones ache. Riker's smile widens at the sight of your agony.
So this is how your path to divinity ends, is it? No matter. I've kept my promise. But there is another bargain I must fulfill. A shame it has to be this way. I was just getting...
J'aurais dû me mettre en... Pas la terre en fait. Tout ce qui est dégâts de terre. Ah non, il a immunisé contre l'abruti. Oula, petite bestiole. Oula. Non, on peut pas le... Merde. Oui, c'est quand tu veux. Ah oui, d'accord, puis en plus les... Ah, le lâche. Putain, ça sert absolument rien ce que je viens de faire, c'est génial. Toi, t'as quoi? Oui, d'accord. Non, ça sert à rien.
Contract on my head.
The pained spirit moans in fits and starts. It speaks no words, but no matter. Its contorted face betrays the torture it endures.
J'ai une système d'année. Qu'est-ce que j'en fasse?
The pained spirit moans in fits and starts. It speaks no words, but no matter. Its contorted face betrays the torture it endures.
Il y a des trucs à faire pour le libérer, je sais pas.
You see yourself in the mirror. It's quite a sight.
This is quite the antiques collection.
Ouh, joli tout ça. Je pense à les utiliser ça. Baguette, ah, c'est un bâton d'eau ça. Dex hydrotélékinésie. C'est des baguettes. Dex hydro. Porte-bonheur, amulette des morts. Fripouille, nécromancie. À la place de machin 56. Bâton d'eau. Non, non. Qu'est-ce qui va en contact? C'est toi là. Toi tu vas au contact. Oui, pour l'instant je peux pas utiliser. Tout ça à la place. Attends, j'ai la flotte, bâton de feu, bâton de poison, bâton d'air. Bâton d'air. Ça, j'ai un truc de chaque en fait. Là, je peux toujours pas. Ça, non, il n'y a rien derrière. Je veux pas le bouger de place. Ah, il y a des trucs mais je peux pas le toucher. étreinte de l'affamé. Ah, moi je l'ai déjà ça. Elle l'a déjà. Attends, chemin, bouteille, verre en argent. Il va falloir le tri dans tout ce qui... Ah, portion d'armure. J'espère qu'il y a des choses intéressantes dans ces bouquins. Hein. Rien de très passionnant de ce que je fais, mais... Il y en a une qui me demandait un bouquin. Ça. Je vais faire exploser les cadavres. D'accord. Ça c'est plus pour... C'est marchandise.
Careful now, that's a trap.
Ah, vieille clé en métal.
Nice.
Vide. Ça c'est fouillé. Est-ce que j'ai tout regardé?
Look out! I see a trap nearby. Flesh and bone, severed and stitched. A rather sordid brand of necromancy.
Empty.
Pourri de tête branchée. Oh la vache, je dois bouffer tout ça. Torse, lettres, livre. Ah, sur le soin.
You lie back on the riverbank's edge, eyes closed.
Ça doit être obligé de manger pour jamais, c'est peut-être que ça
The
débloque quelque
pilgrimage
chose.
takes its toll. You've walked.
Ça vaut rien.
You kneel and pray at the
À tous les coups, ça. Attends, les lettres. Chambre tranchée.
You feel tough wood and tough.
Ah, fouet. Ouais, ça m'a donné fouet. Ouais, mais j'ai pas pyro, donc ça me sert à rien. Tout dague, lettre. Je vais être tranchoir, arracher une main. Désolé. Tête pourrie, on peut pas manger tout pourri. Tête pourrie, pied tranché pourri. Tout est pourri apparemment, de toute façon. Ah. Elle est où la tête? Dedans?
Your loyal dog laps at your face as you.
Non. sais pas si je dois manger tous les trucs, mais d'accord. Ouais. Squelette de chat. Qu'est-ce que je fous avec ça? Bon, j'ai l'impression de louper quelque chose, moi. Un bar à pourri. Bon ben là j'ai fait le tour. Hein. Là je suis allé, là je suis allé, là je suis allé. Bon, il reste ces 3 trucs là. Est-ce que je dois m'en occuper ou non? Point de passage. Esprit de paysanne. Ouais, il faut bien les libérer là. Voilà, tu les laisses comme ça là. Ah, attends. C'est que je suis pas allé.
This is quite the antiques collection.
Oula.
This is quite the antiques collection. This is quite the antiques collection. Garbage.
Négro persévérant.
This won't be of any use. No keyhole, no handle. There must be a hidden mechanism. No keyhole, no handle. There must be a hidden mechanism.
Un mécanisme planqué quelque part. Ça pourrait être quoi le mécanisme? Ça là?
This is quite the antiques collection. No keyhole, no handle. There must be a hidden mechanism.
Non, parce que ça pourrait être... mécanisme quelque part. Ça, j'ai déjà fait un mécanisme. Est-ce que ce serait pas ça le mécanisme? Ah, bah, quel con il est là. Ah, tiens.
I hear a door opening.
Par contre,
The spirit's lips curl into a sneer.
Don't look so pleased with yourself. You're too quick to act, too green still. Mastery was there for the taking, yet you refused it. I've nothing left to show you, and nothing left to say. Take what you must from my home, but my memories and masteries, they...
His sneer is now a gap, wide and gruesome.
Ritus
Can you
méprisant.
hardly believe one spirit could harbor so much contempt? His face only contorts further, a testament to his unmitigated contempt. Your skin tingles and your joints ache, but soon tendrils of sauce snake from you into him and from him into you. Your mind leaps from one of Riker's memories to the next. You struggle to control the visions as they rush past your inner eye, faster than you can identify them. Some sights manage to stand out in this temporal kaleidoscope. A dagger, a spirit.
Une dague, un esprit.
The graveyard. You look down at your mangled hand, then towards a shimmering spirit standing ahead. A feast awaits. Your efforts are useless. Your hold on Riker's spirit has weakened, and a final vision crashes into view. You slip on your spectacles and hold the parchment to your eyes. As the script comes into focus, you see the words Black Ring near the bottom, and you are thrust into the reality to become fully...
There is but one promise I have ever regretted making. One deal I have ever sought to break. That tablet, the template to the Sworn Breaker. It was the key to my freedom. Alas, I remain sworn. Yet, I take some comfort in knowing that the Black Ring comes for you, Godwoken. The lone wolves will...
You couldn't imagine it possible, but the spirit's scorn only grows. Riker may be silent, but his feelings are hardly secret.
Absorbe la sauce.
The spirit offers no resistance, but instead spreads his arms as if to welcome.
De toute façon, j'aurais pas dû faire ça.
There must be a nugget of wisdom somewhere in these dusty books.
Bon, ça va en faire un fouille. Oh, putain.
This is quite the antiques collection.
This is quite the antiques collection.
Ok, ça c'est fait. Ah. Attends. Non, non, non. Tu peux pas le prendre là? Non, impossible de le prendre. Ok, ça c'est fouillé. Découpe visage, mais j'ai pas pu le prendre. Truc de l'aventurier. Géo-invocateur. Hydro-aérocharge. Hydro. À la place de 56. Pourquoi combiner? Tu veux combiner avec quoi ça?
my source power draining at the merest touch.
J'ai l'impression qu'ils s'enfuient qu'en le touchant.
Truly a material of force. My lucky day. Third pyramid.
Quand ça pompe.
This is quite the antiques collection.
Peut-être qu'il voulait l'activer avant de toucher.
This is quite the antiques collection.
Voilà, attends. Est-ce qu'il n'y avait pas un truc de source? Non. Peut-être qu'il faudrait les libérer, hein. Voilà, bon. Bon, moi je pense que j'ai tout fait là. Peut-être faire une petite pause. Par contre, je risque d'avoir un combat, ça se trouve, non? Non? Mais non.
And you thought Rivellon was flat.
Ah non, ils sont morts aussi. D'accord. Bon, je vais sauvegarder là. Et je reviens après une petite pause donc. reparti. Bon, alors, il faut les finir de fouiller. Alors, attends. Trier par dernier ramassé. Il va falloir que j'aille vendre tout ce merdier. L'essence de l'existence. Ça pouvait le...
This is quite the antiques collection. This is quite the antiques collection.
The
Non, non.
salamander turns.
Pas toi. Langue fourchue. Attends. Langue fourchue.
The salamander turns away from you with a hiss and a wheeze. The salamander turns away. The salamander's
D'accord, il va rien me dire. Par contre, la langue fourchue. J'ai le mot de passe et nécessaire pour l'ouvrir. D'accord.
Unusual relic indeed.
Ça c'est fouillé. Ok, attends, on n'a pas fouillé tout le reste. Là on peut monter. Ah, un livre. Attention. Oula. Ah, il y a un autre endroit.
I hear something scurrying around.
You, apple tater cheese.
The rat's tail.
Cheese food.
The turtle looks up at you, slowly. It looks down, slowly. It looks back to you, slowly.
Lucky in life, unlucky in love.
She lets loose a long sigh. She inhales. She sighs again.
Rory, the rat. He's just over there. He's Grace. I'm Gruel. I'm too slow to give him smooches. And he's... If only I could keep up. I like...
Allez voir le rap pour elle, après tout.
Oh, how kind. I
don't like butter.
Carte.
You could try carrot juice or some kind of nectar. Okay.
Alors attends. Là, il n'y avait pas un...
Go on then.
No time, need food. Hungry cheeseberry.
The rat vacuums up your scent. Its whiskers twitch.
Food, food, food. Can't talk, hungry.
The rat's tail twists and untwists. His ears...
Food.
Là, je peux lui donner à manger, non?
Can't talk, hungry.
The rat's tail twists and...
Cheese food, fruit.
Manger fruits. Qu'est-ce que je pourrais lui donner de manger? Je trouve de la citrouille.
No time, need food.
The rat's tail twists and untwists.
Food.
Ouais, je vais pas t'apporter 150 millions à bouffer tout le temps là. Il est affamé, bah oui. Attends, et si je lui mets... Lol.
No time, need food.
J'ai mis pas le bon truc. Attends, est-ce que t'as... Non mais il bouffe n'importe quoi. Tout ce qui passe et ça rapporte rien. Soupe à la citrouille. Attends, voilà.
The turtle looks up at you, slowly.
Lucky in life. Oh, does love a good nibble. If he meant
Sans lit de pommes.
maybe you could drop some victuals next to me. They say the way to a rat's heart is through his...
Pourriez-vous m'apporter quelques victuailles?
I forget. Used to be the lady like I made the sauce.
Attends. Mhm. Est-ce que... Non. C'est quand tu veux. Non, on peut pas. Il veut pas prendre ça. Super. Il peut pas comme ça là, parce que la tortue. Ah. Ça y est, c'est bon.
Cuddles for days.
C'est bon, c'est pas bon. Pendant que Betty lui parle. Ça y est, c'est bon. Bon, ça y est, j'ai fait le tour là. Il y a un truc en bas, par contre. Ouais, mais là on peut pas descendre. Hein. À moins de se TP, là, là. Attends. Ça me dit quelque chose. Attends, sauf. Ok. Ah, le repos des héros. Trouver le trésor individuel, l'héroïne de fin des forces noires. Quel niveau on est en fait? 13. Fourchette, couteau. Furtivité. Ouais.
The dusty staircase leads to another hatch, which no matter how much you The dusty staircase leads, straining and grunting. Your strength just about manages to nudge open.
Ah oui, c'est vrai. Putain d'araignée. Combat avec qui? Putain, c'est autour de qui? Putain, il peut se balader sous 50 mètres.
remember drinking ruby wine.
Ça sert à rien. Oula, d'accord. T'es... Attends, avec qui tu dois te battre là? Ah. Ah d'accord, je disais merde, c'est où? Ah bah non, il faut fouiller, fouiller, fouiller. Attends.
If you think the master loves you more than he loves me, then Dot, you're a bigger idiot than you look.
Master's the master. Master knows the dog is better than the cat. Master says good dog. Does Master say good cat?
The cat gives the dog a long, languid look of carefully disguised contempt. Then she sighs and turns to you.
Settle an argument for us. Dog's body here thinks that because the master is grateful for his, meaning the dog's, mindless devotion, he loves his dog more than he loves his cat. I, on the other hand, know full well that it's the master's admiration for my general bearing, demeanour and intrinsic greatness what is most indicative of a state of actual love. He near worships me, he does.
Master loves his dog. Master thinks his cat is cool, not the same thing.
You're a moron.
No, I'm not. I'm black-brown.
See what I'm dealing with? Come on, settle the argument. Tell him he's wrong.
Dog.
Oh, cat.
Dog.
See what I'm up.
Ok, bon, continuez à vous. Chasseur pyro. Promesse éternelle. Acte, d'accord. Ça c'est fait, ça c'est fait. C'est fou.
What's this? I found something.
Ah, t'as trouvé quelque chose?
Now is not the time for a bath.
Attends. Censé avoir découvert quelque chose. Attends, mettez-vous là-bas parce que là. Et comment tu veux? Comment tu prends ça là? Parce que là maintenant on peut pas la bouger de place. Hein.
Now is not the time for a bath.
Attends, peut-être en faisant comme ça plutôt. Voilà. Diamant. Bon, ben ça on a fouillé. Un pichet orange, pomme. Crâne. Si. Bon, ben là c'est fait. Là aussi c'est fait. En haut on est monté. Attends. Ah, on est monté. Hein. C'est ça. Bon, eh bien sur ce, je vais retourner vendre machin, moi. Eh bien sur ce, je vais remercier les personnes qui sont passées en direct ou en replay. Et je vous donne rendez-vous ce soir pour du FF14. Sinon, à un autre jour pour un autre jeu. Merci à tous et je vous dis à bientôt.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
The many miles we walk, the many things we learn, the building of a shrine, only just to burn. May the wind be at your back, good fortune touch your hand. May the cards lay out astray, all from your command. That's the way it is. 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 Blue heron leaves the northern sky, trust the journey to new high. What's the meaning of the scar if we don't learn how to heal? Should we ever be apart, then how does it feel? That's the way it is. 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 Shine light into darkness. Shine light into darkness. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. So many miles to walk. That's the way it is. So many things we've got to learn. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. That's the way.